Hello everyone. Today we're down in the basement. I have a fun project planned and I wanted to bring you along to show you how I do it. I hope it goes well because I've never tried this before. My plan is to wallpaper this wall here in my basement with contact paper from the Dollar Tree. I paid $1.50 a roll, I believe. I don't think it was still $1.25. I think there was one tag that said that, but I think they had just raised it to $1.50. I have shelf liner and matching contact paper. You can see here I have a bin full of it. I bought at least a dozen rolls of each, so let's get started. I don't know if you're familiar with my channel, but I also have a side hustle. I'm a commercial cleaner, so I go into commercial buildings and I clean. I clean anything from bathrooms, office space, I detail things, whatever needs to be done, I do it. One of the things I have is this little fun thing here, and what I'm going to start with is just running this over the wall to get the dust off, because you would be amazed how much dust collects on walls. It's astonishing. So once I make sure the wall is good and dust-free, there's no cobwebs. I don't know if you can see all of the holes in the wall. So I'm taking the lazy approach here. I was going to actually go through, repair the wall, paint it. Also, I could put a spare desk down here that my son's girlfriend gave me to store it for her. That's why I want to fix this wall. But because I found this $1.50 roll of contact paper, I decided, wouldn't that be fun to decorate the wall with the contact paper, because the desk is black, and then to have this on the wall and then the desk, you know, against the wall, it would look fancy. I have a couple ideas though. First, what we're going to do, I'm going to grab some paper clips. I couldn't find paper clips, so I found a clip, just any kind of clip. The reason is because if you don't have it clipped and you start your roll, okay, it just falls, right? But if you clip it, when you start your roll, it holds up. So that way, it's like having an extra hand to hold the roll for you as you go down the wall. So as I went down with the roll number 1, it developed some air bubbles. So I had to spend time unsticking it and resticking it. I also got this paint stick and I just went down. As I peeled the backing away, I was able to smooth out the air bubbles as I went along. I realized halfway through that I wasn't filming. I forgot to hit the start button. And I was saying that I bought this curtain years and years ago. It's a shower curtain, but it works well because it's a basement. So it hangs here. It's pretty vibrant, colorful. But now that I have the black and white rose contact paper on the wall and there's going to be a black desk going here, I might have to rethink this and put something else there that brings new life to this curtain. Maybe a rose curtain, maybe a white curtain. I don't know. I'll have to give it some thought. But now I'm ready for piece number 2. These are 18 inches wide by 4 feet. But I've seen contact paper rolls at other stores for $3.99 a roll and up, and you really don't get much more out of it. I've also seen bigger rolls, and of course that's probably a better value, but I thought this would be fun to cover this ugly wall without having to patch it, paint it, and all that. So here we are. Okay, so I'm starting with my second roll. I'm going to clip it again just like I did the first. The hardest part for me is really starting this part. Up that corner started, and then I'm just going to try to start all the way across. Problem is it sticks to itself once you get it started. And it also wants to wrinkle right out of the starting gate here. So there. So I got that started. So I'm going to go and do row number 2. So I started this here, and I wanted to make sure that it didn't look like I slapped it over the top of here, but I was able to get it going the top. If you are looking for something to use to straighten out the air pockets as you go down, I think I was looking for the word trowel, but I have this painter stick, and it's the width of the contact paper, so it actually works out really well. And you can see I just pull it from the bottom and I pull it away from the contact paper as I go, and then I'm releasing the bubbles with the painter stick. And sometimes you may have to release it altogether. You may have to pick it up and then reposition it to get the bubbles out. But it's not difficult to get the air bubbles out either. If it's getting air bubbles, again, you can just pick it up and reposition it. It's very super easy to do that. And the air bubbles do go down very easily with your hand as well. Once I get to the bottom of it, I just pull it down all the way, and then I just reposition it to get those last air bubbles out. For some reason, this one wrinkled a little bit. I don't know why. Also, because it's a thinner material, you don't want to end up ripping it either. So far, it's pretty sturdy. Sometimes starting in the middle with your hand and then pushing in each direction also helps. I can even hear the bubbles popping as I do that. I went ahead and moved the desk over, and as you can see, the paper didn't reach this shelf here, right here. There's still a gap, but I have some tricks up my sleeve. I was able to go ahead and cut a couple of pieces off of a new roll because when I pushed the desk up to the wall, all you saw was the end line and then the rest was the wall. So I went ahead and put some wallpaper here. I also thought about putting in a whiteboard. I know you can buy whiteboard paper on a roll, and I thought, oh, I could do that. But see, that I get carried away with stuff like that. This is the basement. It's not really a desk space, it's storage. If it was a desk space though, that was one idea I had. I could go buy that whiteboard on a roll it out behind here, make a nice whiteboard area for whoever uses the desk. But instead, I chose to go ahead, cut some from a new roll, put it there, and now it covers. So when the desk is pushed up against the wall, all you see is the pretty paper behind the desk. And in doing this, I had a major mishap. The desk actually fell apart and collapsed while I was doing this. My phone went flying. I thought my tripod broke, and I thought my phone broke, but thankfully it did not. So I'm going to continue to do the rest of the wall. I'm going to go ahead and dust first and continue down the wall with this paper. Okay, so to pick up where we left off, I've pretty much finished almost the entire wall now. At least where the desk is going to go. So now I'm going to push the desk back so you can see the front of it, how it looks. As I was completing this, Pepper jumped up on the desk. You could see the paw prints. Right before this, when the desk fell, I had a box of baking soda because when I do my laundry and I need to get out stains, I use Dawn dish soap and baking soda and make a paste. And I think I spilled the baking soda. That's why her footprints are showing up on the desk. It is really cute though. I think I might leave them. Anyway, here is what it looks like when it's finished. I want to say this took me approximately an hour to an hour and a half. The hardest part was starting the rolls, getting the backing off of the sticky part of the paper and making sure that you put it evenly across, because at the end here, when I started doing it, I didn't have it even and it overlapped the piece next to it. But at the bottom, it was crooked and there was wall showing. So then I realized as I got to the bottom, oh no, I have to do it all over again. It was very easy to peel off and do over again. And the other tip is just make sure you straighten it out, flatten it out as you go, like I showed with the painter's stick or a trowel or something like that that can help you smooth out the bubbles. I think it looks super cute. In fact, my son is probably going to say, hey, I want to come use this as a study desk now that you got it all fixed up down here, because he's in college. There is one more final finishing touch that I want to do. I bought the matching drawer and shelf liners when I bought this contact paper. I'm actually going to roll it out. Oh, it's funny how small the roll is. That's all that comes on one roll, just that little section. This would be perfect for kitchen cupboards though. I was going to cover this shelf and then the top shelf with it. I think I'll save it because I didn't realize the rolls were so small. But there you have it, a fun Friday project. Very easy to do. If you want to save money in your basement and you don't want to use expensive paint or wallpaper, Dollar Tree has some inexpensive but pretty contact paper. Self-stick, no wallpaper glue needed. Very easy to apply, quick to apply, and it looks nice. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.